April 3rd, 5:02. We are now starting the public safety meeting. So I want to start off first of all thanking Chief Kane and Commissioner Calvi for coming. This is our updates quarterly that we typically do with the city council, and just want to kind of get a sense of how the department's doing, and what you normally provide to the mayor's office. Really want to provide that to the public, and some of those stats. And then I just have a few questions, nothing outrageous at all that you won't be thrown for a loop. And then we'll wrap it up.
Sounds good.
Start whoever wants to go first.
I can start. So for calendar year 24, Springfield Fire Department did 21,516 calls for service. 134 of those were structure fires. 8 were multiple alarm fires. We did 11,624 medical calls. And this was the first year since 2008 we haven't suffered a fire fatality in the city. So we went the whole calendar year without a fire fatality. In terms of equipment, we were able to procure 1 new tower ladder last calendar year and a new rescue squad. Training division, we conducted a couple of specialty outside classes for heavy lifting, and we did 2 sessions of that. And then we did all of our RIT training, first responder training, Asher training for active shooter, hostile emergency response.
Yeah.
So everybody's been trained up in that. We do continuing updates on that. In the 911 division, we answered 421,000 calls for service. That makes us the second busiest PSAP outside of Boston. Let's see. Just trying to hit some of the highlights that are in here.
Commissioner, any new classes coming up or any graduation yet, or are all your positions filled?
So we've got a class that's starting May 1st. There's going to be, we're actually hiring 23.
Okay.
3 of them are already academy trained and will be starting in the next week or so when their uniforms come in. And the other 20 will be going to the academy.
Yeah.
And I think they're scheduled for a July 12th graduation.
Okay.
So that'll be 20, hopefully they all graduate.
Right.
As I talked about at the budget hearing, we've had a little bit of an attrition in our last couple of classes of people not being able to graduate.
Gotcha.
So this is going to catch us back up and get us where we need to be again.
Okay.
And then we'll probably have another class that we'll put in the fall of another 8 or 10 that are retirements pending. We currently have 8 people in the retirement pipeline, and there's 20 people on IOD status, and at least 2 of those people that are currently on IOD status, I anticipate will be going into the retirement pipeline.
Gotcha. Okay.
Currently, we are at the authorized strength is 278 uniform personnel, and we have roughly 200, I believe it's 90 positions funded. Our EEO breakdown is right about at 60-40 majority minority department.
Yeah.
Our female population is only at 1.5%.
Looking at that.
So, and then last year we promoted 1 captain, 3 lieutenants. Our busiest month was October last year. And our call volume is up 3% year over year. And since 2017, we are up about 36% in call volume.
Any major concerns? I didn't make the budget here, so.
No real major concerns. We put in a level service budget.
Yeah.
And then we took we were asked to do 3%. So that came out of some equipment items and maintenance items that we were able to cut back on to make our 3% cut.
Okay. So you got everything you need. You're not, you know,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. Just one more question too. You may already do this. Any summer tips regarding safety for fire that you guys put out, or
So,
PSAs, or?
Again, we don't allow outside burning in the
Yeah.
city of Springfield.
Yeah.
So I just encourage people, do not burn outside.
Right.
These are densely congested neighborhoods,
Right.
and outside burning quickly gets out of hand.
Yeah.
And spreads to homes, and then before you know it, you've got 2 or 3 homes burning. We had illegal outside burning about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That burned down one garage totally, destroyed a boat, burned a house. For the guy who started the fire, his own house caught fire. He burned down his neighbor's garage and boat. He damaged 3 homes.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was just from a little outside unattended solo stove.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So that's all I have for an update right now, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Yeah, I really went through my questions as you were talking. I wrote down a few questions, you answered them. So that's all that I have, as far as question goes. I don't see anyone else on, so I'm good on my end, Commissioner. You're free to leave if you want. I mean, I know it's a Thursday. I'm not gonna hold you hostage.
All right, sounds
Got
good,
enough
sir.
for my report to send out, so I'm good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You guys have a good night.
Yes, you too. Nice seeing you.
All right, Chief.
You're up,
Thank you,
Dave.
Commissioner. Good evening. So this is obviously this is my first meeting with you folks.
Yeah.
I don't have quite the breakdown that the commissioner had. But there are a number of projects that we are currently working on in the police department that I'd be more than happy to share with you.
Yes.
Within the next month or so, we're going to be switching over from one type of body worn camera to a new vendor, a new supplier of that. That company's name is Axon. That company previously we dealt with, and they provided us with our tasers. And when it came time to start looking at the contract and renewing stuff, the very wise decision was made to bundle services. So we were able to get a rather superior product with the new body worn cameras and our new tasers. And along with this is a bundle of different apps and different programs that are going to allow us to really enhance the customer service end of the police department with the citizens and the community. Within, obviously, the body worn cameras and the tasers, we're going to get a new suite of forms for use of force. Our internal investigation unit is going to have its own dedicated suite, which will involve an early intervention system. We're also going to have a field training officer evaluation forms. That's going to be included with that, along with officer evaluations. We can tie in our drones with this. We can tie into third-party video evidence submission to the police department. There's different parts of this that we'll be able to use for the community. And one of the things that was explained to me was when we respond to a call, we can show witnesses on scene a barcode or a scan code that they'll be able to scan with their cell phones and their smart devices. And they'll be able to provide information. I mean, really high-tech stuff, really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that, working on customer service is always a priority, and trying to get over some humps and hurdles. They'll be able to update, people will be able to update dispatch while waiting for police to arrive. If anything changes, they can just enter that information and it will show up on the screen in the cruiser live stream. So we're really excited. Now it's not all going to get turned on all at once. We're going to start with the cameras. We're going to be getting the tasers pretty soon. And throughout the next few months up to a year, we're going to be toggling the switch on a lot of these add-ons. So we're really excited about getting that off the ground.
Okay.
One of the things that I mentioned in here were the forms for the field training officers. We have an academy that's getting ready to graduate in a month. May 1st, we're going to be graduating 46 Springfield police recruits. It's the largest class that we've had in quite a while. My prior assignment before taking on this position as deputy chief, I was the director of training. I was the captain of the police academy. So they are getting ready. They're working on building searches this week, and they'll be taking their finals within the next couple of weeks, and they'll be ready to go into their field training program.
Yeah, I did hear, so congratulations on that. I did hear that at a couple C3 meetings I've been attending. And I hear they're going to be paired with some seasoned officers to start off with.
Yes.
Standing. Now, do we foresee, I'm just asking, do we foresee them doing some of the beat walks and neighborhood walks that they started in Indian Orchard, that the police commissioner started in Indian Orchard with this additional 46? Do we foresee them going to some other neighborhoods possibly?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, part of the FTO training is to have them get a little taste of everything that they're going to be experiencing, of which, walking beats is going to be one of them.
Yes.
Now, in addition to my role as the administrative deputy, I'm also the deputy of the North Division of the city.
Yeah.
And I've already been talking to officers assigned to that area. I'd like to put together some walking details for my area of the city, and I know the other deputies are talking about it as well. And
awesome.
Those walking details mean so much.
Yes.
To people that, just to look out the window and see the cops walking by, and that type of face-to-face interaction that was commonplace 100 years ago, that, technology got ahead of us, and, technology, they have cruisers, everybody jumped in a cruiser, and then, we could talk for hours about, the positive and the negatives of that. But, nothing beats getting on a bicycle, nothing beats walking a post and interacting with people. So we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely. So yeah, so any with the summer months coming up, I also want to recognize, my colleague, Counselor Victor Davila, excuse me, who's also on the Public Safety Committee as well. So I want to recognize him. So beat officers. So with the summer months coming up, Chief, what do you want to let the public know? I know we have a few issues going on with dirt bikes. I know we're tackling that. That's all some moving parts. Anything you want to let the community know that we're preparing for or to look out for? I know we have some scams that was going on with our texts on our phones.
Right.
Anything you kind of that you've been seeing at your department that you kind of want to share as well?
Well, with regards to the dirt bikes, even though it's a seasonal issue, it's something that's always on our mind and something that we're always planning for and preparing for. And we have a lot of really savvy officers that through social media and other methods to find out and gather some really useful intel on this problem. Now, I won't get into the exact details. We got to keep some of the secrets kept in our magic hat, but Deputy Martin is on top of it, and we were discussing it at the last captain's meeting that a number of initiatives are in place, very similar to what we've been doing in the past. So suffice to say we're on top of it, and there are a number of things that we have planned and a number of tools in our toolbox that we're going to be utilizing to assist us with this.
So quick question on the lines of dirt bikes, because I made an anonymous report today on to 311. Now, when somebody like myself or a regular constituent makes a report to 311, how does that get translated to your office or to Captain Martin?
Well, from my dealings with 311,
Yeah.
I don't think it's designed for an immediate response. I'm not sure if at the other end how it's
Right.
how it's monitored and how that information gets back to. If there's something immediate,
Yeah.
but not quite at the level of an emergency, I would still advise people to call the non-emergency line to the police department, or in your case, obviously, an email to one of us or a direct phone call. But for the average citizen, I would say that the best course of action would be to call the non-emergency number.
Yeah, so I guess so I was at a C3 meeting and I guess it's conflicting report because
Okay,
yeah
I'll get back to you on that. I mean, 311.
it-
Okay,
because Sue Haley was saying that for the constituents to call 311 because it gives a track record
right.
of the report versus you calling a non-emergency number. But just if we can just get some clarification on that, I don't.
If it's something to relay information,
It's regarding a dirt bike. So the
right,
situation we were talking about dirt bikes, and
right,
obviously we don't want constituents to kind of get engaged. But if they, say they just come out of their home and they see a dirt park bike stored illegally in their parking lot driveway, I should say, uh, you just want to call or report and say, hey, I see a dirt bike in the yard there, or again use 311 because some people want to remain anonymous, and I
sure.
think you still can do that on 311. I mean, excuse me, on the non-emergency as well. But case in point, what I was saying is the reason why I did 311 because again, I want to remain anonymous. Obviously, I have the means to contact you all if need be, but I kind of want to test the process out myself too. So
Right.
that's another reason why I did it as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
And I'll probably open up the Pandora's box. Did you get a reply yet from 311?
No.
No, okay. No, actually, now that you explained it, it makes sense. Yes, you see something, you want to pass on information.
Yeah.
I had in my mind that an immediate response type of thing. So
No. Yeah.
311, absolutely. And I'll follow up with Sue Haley in the morning, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Just trying to get because that's going to be an ongoing thing, and this with everything. Just to have some the correct answer.
Yeah,
For when constituents are asking or we're going to visit different communities. Also, Chief, I also just want to recognize Counselor Tim and then Counselor Allen and then Counselor Whitfield as well, two colleagues. But yeah, so that's again, I just wanted to test the process out myself, see how it works, so that way I have a better understanding when I'm referring them versus shoot me an email and I'll get
right.
to Captain or Chief Kane or whoever. We have policies and procedures in place. Let's utilize them,
Absolutely.
making sure they're working. So,
Absolutely.
all
I will follow up on that 311 question. I'll get back to you.
right, thank you. Now, I'm just going to open up to my colleagues, see if they have any questions regarding just a recap real quick. Those of you who are on, he just gave a synopsis of what the department has been working on and what they're doing with the new body worn cameras that we approved the money for, what they're gonna be going with, all of that good stuff. So I don't know if my colleagues have any questions or anything.
I don't think I have any questions, but I was on the meeting that they have with the I guess the AG's office, and they were talking about the new program, the new IT program, the software, I guess. And within the software, It's a better software and it's changing the whole department software, so I don't know
Yeah.
if I got an update on that. And I think that does tie in with the body worn cameras, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
It was like a program where you can file, like if you want to file a police report. So all that comes with this, because I went to that a little bit late, but all that was included. I think it was like 1.2 million or some amount that we approved at the city council. And
yeah,
I just wanted to know when that is going to be integrated.
We're gonna start rolling out, it was with Axon. Axon, supplies us with our tasers. And when we were talking to them, when our contract with them was starting to come up on that, the decision was made to bundle everything together because they also offer body worn camera services. So with that, we were able to bundle a couple of different services together, and we were able to get a lot of add-on apps and programs that are going to help us on the customer service level of what we're providing the community. And there's going to be a suite of software that will include areas for internal investigation, for training. There's going to be different apps and platforms that are going to allow citizens to self-report and to add information on. So all of that, we're starting the training now with the new cameras. And not everything is going to be switched on all at once. So we're going to roll out the cameras. The tasers will be coming soon. And I'm guessing throughout the next 6 to 9 months, we're going to start toggling the on switch for a lot of these add-on pieces. So yeah, this is really significantly going to improve customer service on our end. So
Awesome.
we're looking forward to all of this. A lot of this is going to help on the investigative level as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
awesome. Thank you, Counselor. Any other counselors with any questions?
Well, since I have the floor, I don't know if Tim trying to unmute, but
Yeah, there I just unmuted. No, I was at Sector H last night, and God, it was one of the most. I've been going to that meeting for 15 years, and it was a pretty good meeting. I was all kinds of stuff came up, and probably the most, and not problems, just kind of good community discussion about different things. And Sue Haley was there, and the woman she was subbing in from the north end. I didn't get her name, for Bettinelli, who's our, or you know,
You're breaking up, Counselor.
sorry, this Haley really just, it was a lot of good information last night,
Awesome.
and that's all.
All right, thank you, Counselor. Counselor Whitfield, you have something else?
yeah, I've been, oh gosh, I have been getting calls from the community about Springfield police, assisting ICE raids. And I don't believe that is true. I don't think that Springfield police can ask for immigration status, but kind of just wanted it on record. So if I need to send people a video, they know that that is not something that Springfield police does.
Right. Actually, you probably can't see it clearly. That's the policy right there. That's the city ordinance that I got right there. Now, the ordinance says we can't, nor have we ever asked anyone on their immigration status, on their citizenry status. ICE has been in here within the last few weeks, and we all know that. And if an agency calls us to assist, we will go and we will assess what's going on. And we not necessarily going to jump in and take over what's going on at the scene. But foreseeing that this is going to get bigger before it gets smaller, we reissued this ordinance to all officers. And we have a system in which when we release a policy or an ordinance, we can send it out to every officer and it will track and acknowledge when that officer has read and signed off on it. So in addition to sending this out again, and this was issued a while ago, we've sent it out again. We've reiterated with our commanding officers and we've reiterated through our in-service, because it's just popping up. So we told our in-service team to start mentioning this at in-service as well. You know, what we can and what we can't do. That you know what we deal with. We don't want to take on something else. And this doesn't involve us. Obviously, if any agency calls and somebody needs help, somebody's in danger, we're going to respond and we're going to assist. But if they call us to assist for a non-criminal matter, then, you know, it's quite clear what we can and can't do. So, I don't see this continuing much longer, and that's just my personal assessment on it. I don't see a financial way in which that can continue much longer. So we're trying to address this with officers now before something else happens down the line. So I know it seems like I'm running around and not really answering directly, but we're aware of it. We're aware of them. We have no control over where they go and what they do. The only thing that we can do is reiterate and reinforce with our officers what they can and can't do. And we're advising officers, if a situation like this comes up, to call for a supervisor to come on scene.
Okay, because and the other thing that I just wanted to stay on record, and then unfortunately I do have to go get my grandbaby, but we don't ask immigration status. And one thing that I did not realize is that if like a wellness check or any type of call like that, and people are in the car or on a motorcycle and they don't give their license, that they could be arrested. Like that is something I did not know. Like if they're asked for their license, if they're sitting in the car or on a motorcycle.
For a wellness check?
Well,
Give me an example.
so someone was called to a wellness check in Forest Park, and I guess the person in the car, they asked to see the ID or whatever, and then the person refused to give their license, and they were arrested.
If you want to get a hold of me off grid, I can look into it and I can get more specifics from you and I can find out more about that.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you,
No problem.
Counselor. Real quick on that, I see you, Counselor Davila. Can you send us that policy to all the counselors? Like, is that something that's public or?
It's our Welcome City ordinance.
Welcome City Trust Ordinance. It's just a copy of the city ordinance.
Our ordinance, but
Right,
we got
I'm at,
here
yeah.
when it was approved, because it got approved, I think in 2018, because it was one of my first ordinances that I worked on.
Yeah.
And so
I'm just asking, I guess I'll get it from our staff. I just never seen it, that's all.
yeah, it's good for you to know.
Yeah.
It's very, it's
Okay,
an easy read. It's
yep.
clearly says what we can and what we can't do. What we will and we will not do. So.
All right, Counselor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, Deputy King. Good to see you. Just following up on what Deputy was saying regarding the welcome city ordinance, he described it fairly well. And it's one of the ordinances I think that Councilor Whitfield mentioned was passed back in 2018. So the only exception, I believe, to that is that if the person has a warrant duly signed by a judge, not an administrative warrant, but rather an actual warrant signed by a judge from a bench, then they are required to hand over the individual to ICE. Other than that, they're not supposed to hold them for ICE. We don't have holding cells for ICE. And so, you know, I think that's pretty clear. The one thing that, and I know Deputy King, you say you are being kind of vague what you said, and you know, but one thing that I would urge you guys to be careful is that if ICE responds and for whatever reason you respond to it, that you guys don't end up playing a supporting role to arrest people.
Exactly.
You know, if they want to do it, they can do it. You know, we're paying you to patrol the city.
Right.
Not for that, you know, we're not paying you to detain people for immigration purposes.
Right.
Other than that, you know, these are weird times. Something that at least I myself, as a counselor, I'm keeping on my radar as a citizen. And so, but I thank you because I know you guys are smack in the middle. Smack in the middle of this very weird times that we're living in. And I just want to put that on the record for everyone to be aware. The only way that the police department can hand over somebody to us is if there's a signed order from a judge bench. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right. Any other questions from my colleagues?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. All right. It is now 5:32 on April 3rd. We are going to look into adjourn this meeting. Deputy Chief Kane, thank you for your time. Just want somebody to second the adjournment of this meeting.
Second.
All right.
Motion made.
Yes, so you motion, I second it. Thank you. Thank you, Counselor.
No problem.
All right, thank you all for coming, and have a good night.